Yeah, so I'll be running us through the process, as I said the other time. Now, this is the process of if I were to use a template, if I go through the process of using a template, now how will I go about that? So this is me just, walking you through that. Walking you through that. The first thing I need to do first, right, is be sure of what exactly is driving the design in the first place, which is this script. So I'm back in this script. So I'm going to the number next, which is number 2 here, technical and sound department. So I've seen this. So I will now go to free pick. But before then, remember I said while I'm looking for reference, while I'm also searching for template, these things are at the back of my how all of these things are arranged, the title, the images that I use, the body type, that's the extra details and the background. So I have that at the back of my mind as I search for something that will help me, you know, um, communicate this visually, really, really, represent this visual way. So I have here, I'm back to free pick. Yeah, free pick is one of my favorite places that I tend to go for templates. So I need to type, I think, social media flyer. Let's just start from that. We can now build up from there. Yeah, I think I said I love this the last time I saw it. Okay, yeah, I think this works. So I'm thinking now because we need with what we have, we need a very supporting. We need space for the image, supporting image. We now need have title and subtext, right? But yeah, so this I can see as the place for my image. Then I can move it just a little bit, to the left. I can because it's a template. It's not a must. I simply use this. Then have the title in here. Yeah, so I think this also works. I like this too. Uh, so it's a matter of which we go for now. So, but these are like you can see plenty of other samples. Some are, what are they called? You need to pay their premium, but many are free to download and use. Many are free to download and use. So I think I'm liking this. I will go for this. So just a matter of clicking here. Do I? But remember, another thing I need to look out for is the fact that yes, is the fact that the dimension. Though here, I think this is one by one. This is like square one by one. But remember, our dimension is meant to be this landscape. Yeah. So if that's the case, I think this really really works better actually. Yes, this works better. And yes, I failed to make mention the last time when we were here to when we were downloading stuffs. Okay, no, let me click on this because I just saw that this, though there's a place for reformatting. Maybe I can also show that. Okay, maybe I will download this and show us, if I were to reformat it, the process also I will go through in reformatting it and, getting it to the exact dimension that I want. But many times it's best to just go, shoot for the particular dimension you have as much as possible rather than the long walk. So I have download here. I click on free download. Okay. Where is my download? Okay, yeah, here it is. So I click download. Going back to this. So there was another one I like, which is where is it? And I just saw it under here now. I think it has disappeared, but I saw it under. But it was looking something like this. I um, prefer the other one to this. The other one that I saw, the last one. Well, but it's not much different from this. Maybe I should just download this. But let me skim through if I can. Okay, okay, let's have this. So this is like supporting image. Here the title will sit and the extra information and logo and whatnot will be down there. So clicking on download. Yes, and one other thing I feel is okay. Let me just download this and I'll show you that you can like choose the particular kind of asset you want to get. You want download. So I click on download, free download. Yes, one crucial thing about how to use this site is that you can come here, you click here, you choose the particular because once you have PSD, you are making sure it's Photoshop file. But once you have vector, if you click on vector, it's either you are going through Illustrator or CorelDRAW. But once you click PSD, that is, or if it's just photo you want, you click on photo. So all your search should just be that particular. So if I click on PSD, on my search now, once I search something to be PSD is Photoshop file, is a short form for Photoshop file. So I'm done downloading that. I'm opening it. Yes, so here is the downloaded files. These are the two of them I just downloaded now, and I want to put them into my. This is like let's say here this particular folder, this master folder here is called class 4, right? But normally I meant to name it according to the let's say TCML and according to the clients they are working for. Then you have other, then you have like you have a folder called PSD where you can put the Photoshop file. So like I have this other one here. So it's a matter of dragging these ones in here and unzip them and work from there. So yeah, you can say okay, this was even named. You can say square flyer templates. So that's the reason the dimension is square. Then this one the dimension is horizontal. But okay, you know what? Maybe I should just open from here and quickly reformat this to if I were to like start reshaping it and all of that. This is not properly named. Let me quickly do that now. Square flyer team, steam positive. Okay, let's say steam positive is the name here. Steam positive. This is usually good to because this is usually good so that you can easily quickly know what the Photoshop file is. It can save you tons of time. So let me open this and quickly do what was it called? Like uh, run you through the process if I were to. But before then, let me also name this. Okay, this is also staying positive, but the horizontal. So it's a collection of similar designs. Hit enter. Okay, I think it's best I name same positive underscore B. So I won't mistake it with the first one. Same positive underscore B underscore B. Yeah, so oh uh, just a pity. Yes, once I click on this thing, telling me to some text might not, some text layer might need to be updated before they can be used. Just say update. Just click on update. So so here it is. So here it is. So many times, right? Remember, as I said about using what's it called, Canvas, right? Uh, yes, because right now it's not using Canva, it's not using Artboard, rather. It's using Canvas, but it's not using Art layer, Artboard. It's not using Artboard. So and easiest way to do that, or how I do this, is I need to now come here and put an artboard, right? Um, yeah, where are you? I'm on this here. Click on it to bring this to multiple options, right? I click here now. Then it gives me the option to um, to select. Yeah, so I can. The first thing I need to do is replicate the exact this thing artboard, the artboard that it's because it's one by one, right? So yes, you can see one by one. That's 1080 by 1080. So I just need to come and replicate that here. First off, before I come to editing it. Oh, oh, I thought it was 10 by, oh, it's 200 by 200. So once I do that, right, it can allow me to format it now from here. Now, before now, I have this. I have this. Okay, let me explain how I got this, because now I've saved all of this, right? I can put HD, which is the exact dimension that we are working with based on this project. Remember, we said is to be displayed on screen. So based on that project that we are working with, right, to be HD is video. Um, where is on the screen, rather is on the screen that is to be displayed. So it's best, you know, I have this as an option here because, let me click on it. Yeah, so it has made it a little bit smaller though. So I have that there because, let me come here, because if I click Control N to bring out these options, these new document options, they seem to create. And I have, maybe let's say now this is already typed, but I have typed in 1920 by 1080 already. I can come here and click on this button to save it, and I make sure artboard is also, saved. I click on this. Once I click here, it allows me to save that particular dimension now, right, as a preset, which I've done before. It's just a matter of which I type HD, right? Once I click, okay, no, HD, or you can name it any particular name, maybe high definition. Okay, it's telling me now this name already exists. So if that's the case, it will just allow me to click save. Once I click save and I exit here, I come back here and I click on here. I'm on my this selection to here. I click on artboard. It can allow me to to save, to choose any particular preset. So this is like 2K cinema. But I'm not really sure. But let's go back to this HD. So if that's the case, I will now need to select each of these now. So this is a matter of formatting. I need to select each of these items in here. So I have all of them selected here now, and scale them down much more. But mind you, yes, you can see this. You can see these icons here outside, because when I make this, this was smaller. So as such, it automatically put this outside, and this is it. This is social media. It have automatically push them outside. You can see what is happening here is also like this gives you understanding. You can see this is the artboard, right? But this one is outside. So if I just drag this social media and put it inside the artboard, it comes in now. So I can afford to, bring it down to where it's supposed to be. I think, or wherever you want to put it. But many times in social media icons like this, where you not type you now have to type the, let's say TCM Maryland at TCM Maryland, right? The user and right, we type it. They usually at the bottom, sometimes in the middle like this, or they can be at the corner. Now, I want to quickly just drag. All these things are multiple. This thing. I doubt if this will allow me. If these are multiple items, right? They are selected, and I just want to drag them. You can see it's not working. As I try dragging them, it selected one among them. But the way to avoid that is to make sure, okay, once I have all of them here selected, all I need to now do is press Ctrl T. So this will allow me, what Ctrl T is saying that, okay, this is selected. I want to focus on this particular selection. I want to transform this particular thing. So by that now, it can allow me to just drag this and we drag and move and move it to another space, right? Yeah, so that's one thing about transform the control T. That's transform to control T to get your transform to it allows you to do. So I come here now, make sure these other ones are selected and scale them down. So I have title, design, images all selected. I can come here and scale them down. So you can see now I'm discussing some issue. But you see why, to a large extent, I think the best bet is to get the one that fits your this as much as possible. Okay, because I'm looking at now, that means to get this is my image. Here's this thing, the image folder needs to come. I need to scale it down a little bit more. Oh, it has the background attached to it, but I just need this image, so I need to go inside and look for the image alone where the background is not. Yeah, you can see this is the background, right? Yeah, this is a particular image, so I need to go in here and look for it. It's also still attached to. Okay, these are the background. So to a large extent, I may need to just separate this. I'm looking, but these are like format. I may need to just come here. Let me see if this would work. Let me put the shape layer under this and have all of this as background. Have all of this one. Yes, so this is, I can rename this as BG. Yes, and bring them out as their own folder. So have them down, 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 down. Where are you? I want to put this. Okay, you know what? I want to put it here. Then put this image. Put this image up. Yes. So this is the image. So I've gone in and I've separated this. What are they called? Before all of this were all mumbled up. So I've gone and separated these BGs, this background. Before, what happened? We had in this image we have this shape layer inside it, which was on the right, but I've come and drag it inside it. So that's one way to go about that. So I can now afford to click on this image, have it selected, and scale it down to something like this, and move it, either left or right. Then, or should I take it to the right? I think it probably work best on the right. Yeah. So yes, this is how to like quickly reformat things and get your text. And yeah, I can. Tempted to continue working on this. Then I have like a two variation. So this is one. But looking at what we have as a template here, where is it? Using this as a guide. I think I like how this needs cuts in between, but I have started not following it. So that means I need to move this to a large extent to this edge. So that means this that's really long, long, long. Let me see. Okay, this is a shape, so I can afford to move it. I'm moving this rectangle. I'm moving it. I'm holding arrow, right arrow, and shift and right arrow to nudge this. So I can afford to. Yes, so I've moved it down this way, and I can afford to take this image now. Control T on it. Control T, so I can drag now and move it down here. Then I can insert my text. I'm looking at this. This is a text. Is it that this thing cut all of them off when I did the reformatting? Oh, here they are. Here are the body of the. This one text. This one text. Okay, now this two supposed to be inside. Yeah, but in here now you can, I can use this. Like it's not really a must. Sometimes, many times I don't even, I tend to even delete this, right? And I can, type my own, use the fonts that so much suits. I could just move this out of the way. Many times I tend to reduce the opacity of these things, like really, really reduce them the more. Right. Oh, they're already at 12 already. Can you see? They're already at 12. All these, other extra details that are not the major thing. I try to reduce them so that they don't distract from the, oh, I have more than what I'm supposed to selected. I reduce them a bit more. What is happening here? Well, I tend to reduce before, I don't want to waste time on this. I tend to reduce them. Then I can come here, type in my test, right? And with this, where is it? Changing. Yes, with this now I can change in. Okay, no, one after the other. Let me go back to the text. Later I will come back to it. Let me go to the text. So the information is, where are you? Yeah, back to this place. TCM, Technical and Sound Department, right? That is the title. That's the major thing. So Technical and Sound Department. I come. Remember, we were using Montserrat the last time. So I think, yes, we need to continue with that. So click on Montserrat. I click on my test. Come here. I just click and I leave it first, right? I wonder why this is taking time. I click, then I do Control V to paste this. But right now, I think it's taking the last text format. I think the text and this thing that came with this particular document. Oh no, this is Montserrat, but the gap is just too much. It's killing. Oh, this is like 300, and like the gap here, the space in between this is like 308. And it's supposed to be at zero. Normally, everything is supposed to be at zero. In this particular one, it's supposed to be at zero. So I have this. Yes, this is all these things are just getting in my way. So just, sometimes delete. It's not really a must. I use them. Some of them I can afford to delete them, or I'll just push them back off. Push this off. Control T, so I can easily drag them. Right. So I have technical and sound department. And remember, I said this is like the major title. So as such, I can afford to. Okay, let me break this. This is coming as what, in the middle alignment, which in the kind of composition that I'm creating is that, everything falls like this. So it becomes necessary for it to be, everything is falling this way. Not that, I don't know if this, how to actually explain this. With the composition, right, there's like an imaginary line here, a box here where everything is meant to fit. So it makes more sense, okay, for everything to be, left aligned rather than middle aligned. If that's the case, as I explained at the end, is that this title should be in the middle here, this thing. But since I'm using here now, it makes more sense for it to be, left aligned. Okay, but somehow we're looking at this. This may work though, but since this is like left side, then we now have the, in the composition we have something on the right, so it makes more sense for it to be left aligned. So this is yes. To change this, I need to go to paragraph. I come here, paragraph, and click here to change it this way. Technical and sound department. I'm looking if I bring this down, doesn't it work better? Control. Okay, I think it works better this way. So I need to make this bold because it's regular now. It's on regular. So make it bold or extra bold. Let's try extra bold here. Then you can see like I just started working off from there, with what they have here. Um, we can see the text is white, but yes, it was not the play on yellow. And yes, remember, there was another thing I was meant to, we were meant to bring our, we were meant to, I forgot on that, we were meant to have, brought in our brand identity material, right? Yes, our brand identity material, that's the logo, either the white or so either of these, and have them please enter, hitting enter, enter, enter to place everything. So scale them down, make sure all of them are selected, these new ones. Yes, I was inside this image, right? That was why it brought things, it put everything inside this subfolder. Rather, it's meant to be on the listing of their own. Like put them on the top of where are you? Yeah, this is my artboard. Put them here, then scale everything down, just on the corner, scale it down here, here, scale them down, and I hit enter. What just happening? And I hit enter. So yeah, let me see if this works in the middle. Okay, I think white would work best. You know what? Let me just put this outside and have it at the back of the white logo will work best here because it will be sitting in this dark. To be sitting in this dark, because like someone said, there are only two colors. There's a dark color and a bright color. Yeah, that's like one of the best ways to. Okay, can we put this thing somewhere else rather than it distracting? Yeah. So yeah, so with the image we have here, we have the one color of the text, right? And we have another one like this proud, like it's an accent color, right? We can use that to like elaborate some things here. So those are the two things in my mind now. In fact, if this technical department, I think probably be in the yellow. Now we are going on with the yellow because this is also yellow. Our color is yellow, or we can make it this pink. But in the meantime, I can yeah, I wanted to. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to duplicate this now and type in the next text. But I just remember it's a body and it's a sentence. So since it's a sentence, it's better. I'm deleting this. The way to go about it. Let me even bring it out first. Yeah, let me copy them here. So this is it. Technical department. I copy this. Since their sentence is best, right? Once we click this, we draw the bounding box. So we draw the bounding box so that things will be easier to format and edit. So I hit my Control V. So remember all these things. So as I hit my Control V, I come back to this and hit my selection tool. Remember, this doesn't work because everything is just shouting. So I need to come here, uncheck this, uncheck all caps, and yes, since it's bold, it doesn't make sense for it to not be extra bold. I think regular should do. And scale this down. I think this is 15, then this can afford to be like 10. And enter. So with this done now, I can, yes, I think this works better rather than this. This work or this work better. I think this works. This works. Yes, mind you, there are two things. As I was typing this, I was be also mindful of alignment and also give space here to like um, yes, in all your work, try to like which I think this one is going to out. They should it should be like the idea is that this whole thing is containing it, right? So if that's the case, it should properly contain it, this thing, and there should be space at the edges to like give some edge. And right now I'm looking, I think this edge is just too small, so I need to bring them, push them inside a bit. Yeah, as I was typing this, I was making sure they are left aligned. Remember, this is left aligned, the paragraph is left aligned. So as such, this should tie up with this. So I need to come here and make sure they are all left aligned. Bring this down here. Yes, so that is so far we're making progress. So right now I don't really need this. I can afford to delete this one. Oh, here is a crowd. I can afford to delete this. So so I can afford to um, yeah, change this the color of this so that you're able to pop out, to just give some level of what's it called, variation to it. So I can come here and have this, I'm in character, have this, click on this, then automatically once I come outside, I select outside, it allows me to. But this is where this thing comes in handy. This thing I've created now, I can afford to. I think this would work. Does it? It's not popping out more. Okay, okay, this works better. This works better. The yellow. So, but one other thing is that I think this yellow and this, they are quite in harmonious with, even though with the brand color, even though this is not our the brand color per se, but it's still not, it's still to a large extent harmonious, right? And not really shouting at, not what was it called, not chaotic. So later I can come back to like reformat it because I'm thinking of making this overlay because we have an overlay of like I think a green field, right, that this thing now sits under the what's it called, what will I call it now, the image sits under, right. So yeah, so there's a way we can format it, but before then, let's focus on the image. So I can come here and look for, we have technical and sound department, right? So let's get the image first and bring it in and change this. So we need to look for the image first. Where are you? So, okay, you know what? Why? I thought just keep to mind. Just type sound departments. If that works. Hmm. Oh, okay. Well, all of this is not cutting it for me. Okay, I think this does. Hmm. I'm really looking which one works best to describe the department, what they do. Okay, let's even go back to the text too. This department is in charge of the audio and sound production of the church. Okay, okay, I think we just need visual to represent audio and sound production, right? And it provides sound signal. So yeah, I think some of those we just saw, works. Some of those we just saw works for goals. We- So we just need something to represent sound, right? Okay, yeah, this works. Okay, now. Okay, does this go? Yeah, so I don't know if this is just image or okay, let's download first and see if it's just image or if it's PSD that we can remove the background and extract that radio thingy from. We never be too sure until we finish downloading it before we'll not be sure of it. Okay, open folder. So here it is. Need to drag it into Yeah, I normally have like all this. If this is an image, I normally have a folder called stock, right? You can see here still stocks, right? So which I've been compiling before now, which I've always had. So I just wanted to say that. Um, but I think this might just be another PSD. But let's bring it in and see. Let's unzip, control, extract all. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's a PSD. Okay, let me open it and see what's. Oh, nice. This object is different, so you can afford to. So, but if not, it's like been a matter of hitting selection and selecting your listing either with pen tool or some other tool, or selecting it and copying it out. So I Control C on this, come here, make sure this is selected and look for it. Yeah, this is like when I was typing this, I think I was here, right? Or unknowingly I was here and I was typing all of this. So, but this is a tacky way. This is not a good way to go about this. I need to bring this out and put them on a layer of its own, which I believe they actually created it. It was just me that wasn't following the layer structure that they have here. Because here, this is title and body. Okay, this is the whole folder for title. Yeah, which I was meant to follow, which I did not. So I need to put this technical in the title, make sure this one is at the body, and stay positive. Let me delete this. I don't know where it is. So yes, so this is more organized now. So by coming here, I'm clicking here, then locating it at the layer panel here, and hitting Control V. While I have the image selected, I hit Control V. So now, this is called clipping mask. What's okay? No, let me make this invisible. Okay, let me scale it down. Then I'm scaling down by the side, just scaling by the side. So scaling down, enter. Let me okay, it's now there. Even this in isolated, I should have possibly just copied this alone, not even the entire object. Just copy this particular image alone. Let me delete this folder. This is the folder I collected from this other here. It's called object, right? All I should have done is just come here and copy this alone actually, rather than copying the folder. The folder is unnecessary actually. So just delete this folder. So now let me make this and explain this again. I think I explained this in another class, but let me explain it again. This is called clipping mask. Right now, there's a shape here, right? This is a shape which I've made. Okay, let me make this one invisible. This is a shape here, right? It's acting as a see-through for this. Where this is that is where this one is being seen through for this. And the way to do that is to hold Alt. So I'm holding Alt and I'm placing my mouse in between both of them. If I hit now, it unclips. So you can see the full image. But once I hit Alt and I'm in between them, I hit this, it clips. It uses this as a cutter to cut this particular image. But right now, we don't need this image. I can afford to just delete it and bring this my icon in here and now do what and hit enter. But that brings a problem. Right now, I think it would be best to a large extent if we have a white background probably for this image, right, to sit on. So the way to do that, let me make this invisible, focus on this. Once I have this layer selected and I'm in property, where's property? There is layer properties. You will see, okay, this is not coming out. The way to bring what I'm looking for, once you have any layer selected and you hit A, it brings you the option to like do some basic formatting of the layer itself. So one of the major things to change about the shape layer, because this is shape, to change about the shape layer, let me even check. Yeah, to change about shape layer. Right now we have the fill, right, which is black. You can change it to white. So I'm hitting white. Yeah, so it's white now. So, and I think with this now, I've changed the color now, right? I think with this will sit better. Hmm, does it? Yeah, I think it does. Or let me try yellow. Let me try yellow. With this still selected and my I hit A, I make sure this is here. I hit this, I click on this, it brings this out. It can afford to allow me to select, pick any particular color. So I click this and hit enter. So it changes it to yellow. Yeah, okay, I think the yellow works better. I think the yellow works better. So if that's the case, maybe the outline can be white. Let's play with that. But right now, I don't understand. It's meant to allow me this other one outside here. There's something about this that is strange. Because I want to change the one on the outside. It's not allowing me. But probably, what is it? Okay, then effect. Okay. So because remember, once I hit this, you can only say there's a fill. There's no stroke on this. But once before now, if I change this to another color, so you can see there's a inside the color and there's the outside color here, right? The easiest way to have done that is also to use this to put a stroke to it, but there's no stroke. So I was not like, where did they add stroke? So I just saw that, oh, the stroke was added by an effect. And how do you locate this effect, right? You locate this effect by clicking here, double clicking on the any particular layer actually in Photoshop. Once you double click on it, there's an extra option where it brings dialog box to format. And one of them, right, one of the options it gives you is the option of adding stroke. So they've added a stroke here of 27 points stroke. So I can afford to be here, and this is the color of the stroke. In here, and I can change the color of the stroke to this. Yeah, so and I hit enter. So I think this works better, but let's go back to the yellow. So to come back to yellow, I have this selected. Make sure I hit A, and I have this selected, and yes, select in yellow. Yeah, I think this works better. So, but you can see there's one thing, in as much as I want there's one trick, right? But I'm thinking to a large extent, in fact, because why they clipped the other image was that the image was too big, right? And the image had its own background, so they didn't want it to start spilling into this particular. They didn't want to start spilling into this particular. But our image here, if you check, where is it? Yes, if you check, the image itself has its own white background and maybe some other extra things. So as such, they just want it to be contained here. But our own image is a PNG, that's it. It has a transparent background, right? It doesn't have a background of its own. So as such, you can afford to not even clip it at all. You can afford to not even clip it and release the clipping mask. So and this, I think this works. This works. If it sits like this on it, yes. So if it sits like this on it, so we have technical department, but to a large extent, feeling like this should come so to give this our logo breathing space. We give our logo more breathing space. We should bring this down a little bit more. Yeah. Then bring this down a bit more too. Yes. Possibly take this down. Yes, so I think this works now. I think this works. And the next thing is also add TCM Maryland, add TCM Maryland. So, okay, you know what? Let me just type this. Add CCM and but remember what I talked about alignment is that I have all of this in center aligned, but right now this our composition is kind of if I start aligning everything in center, it won't really work. Rather, I started aligning things. I aligned this item in the well, this is in the well, it says the logo can afford to be in the middle. Let me put it in the middle here. To a large extent. Right. To a large extent, I can afford to just say, okay, my composition, my imaginary composition start from here. Yes, then I put it here. So to some extent, it's also aligned in the sense that okay, my imaginary composition start instead of the overall. So I'm focusing on just here, right? But right now, I think this works better for us since we have an object, we have an item linked to the left and linked to the left. Then this one under, it makes more sense for us to link it to link where is the social. So I need to take this now inside the social. I think there's a folder for this, right? Where is it? This is social media. Then I can take this and put it inside the social media folder and make sure it's left aligned like this other one. And what's the best way to? There's a ruler. There's a spot ruler. Okay, to bring out this ruler, you hit Control R. I made it invisible, but hit Control R to bring out this ruler and make sure nothing is selected. I'm clicking this to make sure nothing is selected and drag this. I just clicked on this ruler and drag out to to give me this alignment so I can afford to now move all of this social media down this way. So things are now left aligned where the major thing rather than all these other background elements. So this is a way to format. This is a way to format, you know, templates to suit your this thing. So what were the things I formatted based on color to suit the color of my and also the kind of text that I'm using. I brought image and size and all of that. So this is one of the ways. Maybe we will continuously to have more and more. No, I think what will work now is for you guys to try it, try your own, and if you have any this thing, we'll continue the conversation from this. Try your own assignment where you are designing straight ahead, and then the other one is that you know, look, you are working off from a template. Then if the other things, if the other issues, then we'll, continue the conversation.